Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamline Legal, where we help law firms get the most out of their practice management software. Today I want to talk to you about why your staff is not using the software that you're paying for. And specifically, we're talking about practice management software. And I've come up with a couple of reasons, actually 5. We're going to go with the top 5 list here. Number 1 is you haven't told them why they should use the software, and that's why they're not using it. If we don't tell people why they should be using the software, they're going to come up with their own reasons, and it's not always going to be a pleasant reason. So if we can help them see not why it's helpful to the firm specifically, but why it's specifically going to be helpful to them, what's the benefit to them, then they're much more likely to go ahead and adopt that software and see that benefit and realize it for themselves. Number 2 is that you haven't provided training resources. Now, of course, one-on-one training is awesome, and a lot of software out there these days has videos and articles and all kinds of helpful things to help people learn how to use the product. There's webinars, there's all kinds of things. But not only that, just giving them the time to be able to read those articles and watch those videos. You know, if they're swamped with other things to do, then they're never going to get around to it. It's never going to be a high priority unless you give them that time and prioritize it and tell them this is time specifically for learning this and making sure that we're using this software. So you need to help them prioritize that time. Number 3 is that you're expecting too much change at once. A lot of times the software has new things that we haven't been doing before and new things that we need to start doing. And it takes 67 days to build a new habit. So to expect some of these changes to happen overnight or even within a week isn't always realistic. So let's make sure that we're taking one feature at a time, we're taking one change at a time so that we can see the software being implemented very carefully. And number 4 is that you have to set a good example. If you're not using the software, they're not going to use it either. So don't send them an email asking what's the latest on this case when you've already asked them to put it in the practice management software. Instead, go find it, give them a chance to succeed, find the update in the practice management software. Or if it's not there, contact them and say, hey, I was looking for this, it wasn't there, can you please update this? And have them put it in the software like you requested the first time. Don't send them an email asking them to do something if you've decided you're going to use the task system within the software. Go ahead and create a task and send it to them that way. So make sure that you're fully invested in the software just as you're expecting them to be. And then number 5, final reason why they're not using the software that you're paying for is because you're not soliciting feedback. You're not listening to them when they tell you, this is what's wrong, this is what's not working, this is why the old software was better. They may not always be right, but we need to be able to open up that dialogue and listen to people when they communicate with you and tell you that something isn't working or that they need help with something. A lot of times these are things that can be fixed and we will eventually realize the benefits of the software. But if we don't solicit that feedback and get that information from them, then we'll never know what they're struggling with. So the good news is, it's not too late. You can start now. You can start now by doing all 5 of these things. Start by sharing with them why we're using the software. Start by giving them training resources, or at the very least time, so that they can investigate the training resources. Start by just taking it one step at a time, not expecting all the change at once. And start by setting a great example. And then also start the very first thing, go back and ask for feedback. Ask your staff what their experience is so that you guys can address those things head on and get moving ahead with the software and realizing the benefits it's going to have for your firm. Thanks so much for talking, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.